Hi everybody, I'm back. So today I am back with a beauty blender dupe review. Lately I've been kind of like annoyed because I have my one basic everyday beauty blender that I bought from Sephora, which is like my favorite thing ever to blend everything. But now that I have a liquid highlighter, then I have setting powder that sometimes I like to use my beauty blender with, and I don't have patience to clean off everything as I go. I've been basically wanting more beauty blenders to do all that stuff at once without having to clean off every single one. That being said, we all know this thing costs $20 at Sephora. And given that I only want one maybe for my liquid highlighter, another one for setting powder just to blot it on, I didn't want to spend another $40 on two new beauty blenders while I know that there's so many dupes out there, especially given what I'm using it for. So I was like, you know what, let me try. I have Amazon Prime. Let me Google a bunch. Well, Google technically not. Let me go on Amazon and search a bunch of beauty blender dupes for cheaper prices. So I went ahead and bought two. One that was by Aesthetica. Sorry if I say their name wrong. It was $9.99. I'm going to show you guys the packaging right now. I kind of opened it already. I didn't start using it. But this is Aesthetica. It's $9.99 black beauty blender. I wanted to try it in comparison to my regular beauty blender, see how well the blending it is. And then I also bought a cheaper one for $4.99 by Zenda. Both of these can be found on Amazon.com. So let's just kind of get right on it. I have some foundation with me and some concealer. We're just basically going to compare all of them to see how they're going to blend. To see if they're worth my money or if I'm just going to have to be sticking with the $20. Alright guys, I'm back. So I definitely got a little bit too much shampoo into each one of them. But I'm kind of glad I went to go kind of rinse every one of them, because I found that a little negative already. So I put my regular beauty blender into the sudsy water and then into the regular water and rinsed it just to kind of like make sure it was clean and everything like that. Still soft, still squeezing it, still feels very soft to the touch. I did the same exact process with, wrong one. Yes, that's the right one. I did the same exact process with the Zenda. Put in the sudsy water, put it into the water, and then also rinsed it. It's still soft, but in comparison, it's definitely, like, you can see my fingers like dig. I can like put this into a ball. But this one still has a very hard core. So also while I was rinsing, I kind of twisted my beauty blender just to kind of get any suds that were in the center out. And I did the same with the Zenda. And look what's already happened. So I can already tell this sponge is either too hard or too thick, or maybe I should just not be doing that because it's already ripped in the center. So that's already minus 8,000 billion points in comparison to my beauty blender. It better stand the test of time when I go to blend, because that's annoying. I mean, even though it was only $5, I can twist this beauty blender without a problem. This one I twisted and it ripped in pieces. So I will say though that the Aesthetica did not, when I twisted, did not rip. But it did start to pull in little places. So again, that's another minus points because I can already see that I'm getting little rips in there. I'm gonna go beauty blender first, Aesthetica second, Zenda third. So let's get to the real deal that's gonna make a difference in our life. I'm gonna scoot a little closer so that hopefully you guys can see anything I do. I'm gonna put some foundation on first, and I'm gonna keep this side of my face as the beauty blender side and this side of my face as the test run for our two beauty blenders. So I'm not gonna do this like really neat or anything like right now, because we're really just test running these beauty blenders to see what difference they're gonna make in our lives. So I can already see that as far as my foundation is going, the Aesthetica is blending really well in comparison. Like as I'm just tapping, like I'm not seeing any streaky marks. It didn't take me that long to blend this out. And we're basically already done. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's a plus for half the price. So far with my foundation, it blended out about the same. I don't really see any stark extreme differences here. So Beauty Blender side while they're drying. This is the Aesthetica side. I don't have any patches anywhere. Definitely blended very well. So that's definitely a positive. After this one, we're gonna do the Zenda that I'm already starting to count out because I'm a little upset that I ripped. But I also use my Beauty Blender for my concealer in the morning. So I want to see how well it is pinpointing like under eyes, which is very annoying to blend. I personally hate it. I don't know about anybody else, but I hate it with a passion. So I'm just going to use my Maybelline Fit Me concealer and just apply this on both eyes. Alright, so this side is about, for the most part, blended through. It just needs to dry at this point. Just giving you side view of my face, seeing how it's all blended out. This side is pretty smooth. I don't really see any issues, except the fact that I need to blend my eye, boy. Woo! Got some in the corner right there. I hate when I get stuff in this corner, because this corner of my eye be playing games with my life, and I can't get like makeup in there because it always looks crusty. Like, you know when you get sleep in your eye on the sides after you sleeping for a while? Yeah, it be looking crusty and I always have to wipe it out. Sorry, side pit. Alright, so there goes both sides. I want to say, in comparison, if I really had to test the two, as far as blending concealer and foundation, the Aesthetica does just fine to me personally. Like, I'm not noticing any, maybe you guys are, so if you guys do notice any extreme differences, please feel free to leave them in my comments, let me know. I don't notice any major differences, to be quite frank. I almost actually feel like my Aesthetica is smoother under my eye on this side, so that's definitely positive. So for $10, I think I'm gonna go buy some more, because if it can apply my foundation and my concealer fine, it can definitely apply my liquid highlighter without an issue. Yeah, baby. So I'm gonna leave this Beauty Blender side on, and I'm gonna wipe this side off so that we can apply the Zenda. And see if that one makes any difference. So again, I'm just going to throw it all over the place because I'm not doing this professional. I don't really care. I just need to get it on there. So now we are comparing the Zenda, which already ripped on me. I guess for $5, whatever. So another one, under eye, it went just fine. So even though I reduced this in major points because it ripped, had I just not squeezed it and turned it like that, like my other beauty blenders, which ended up fine when I did that, that was the only disappointment I had in it, but it's blending just fine under eye. It blended my foundation really well. Alright, Zenda, I think you will go on my buy list too. For $5 versus $20, and I'm not doing any like major work to my face. I want it for the basics. I almost want to say this side again looks better than my beauty blender. Alright guys, so I'm back. So now for the finale. Beauty blender. I had all my hopes in you. I thought you might have been the greatest thing in life. Nobody could compete. I cherished you. But you might be out of the pocket because you just almost disappointed me today, beauty blender. So Aesthetica, definitely top in comparison to these. Other than the little rips here, like you can definitely tell the quality of the beauty blender sponge is definitely better than both brands, because my beauty blender months later I still don't have any rips, anything in this, and that's twisting and turning it. This beauty blender is fine, but I did notice that these two twisting and turning, you see this one ripped in half, and this one I already have little tears in it. Obviously they're cheaper, so that makes a difference. As far as blending goes, I almost am gonna put my beauty blender at the bottom of the list. The Aesthetica is definitely first. I would put the Zenda second, and then I would put the beauty blender third. Surprisingly, because I just went to go look at my face. I got a couple cracks under there. Again, I don't know if that's just because of how I applied, but from what I can tell, I did them both about the same, and this side is still smoother under my eye, and under my eye is what makes a really big difference. So softness, beauty blender would go first, Aesthetica would go second, Zenda would go last. But the big thing that we're worried about is are these things gonna blend my face? Are they gonna do really well? And Aesthetica and Zenda definitely held their own, but for $5 versus $20, and I almost bought the 5-pack for $75, it's just not worth it to me right now. I'm honestly just always going with the beauty blender because it's the only thing I've known. I would put Aesthetica first for $10, Zenda second for $5, and beauty blender last if we're going for overall, like overall job. My beauty blender is out of here. Yeah, so that's it guys. I've just revealed a lot to myself, hopefully a lot to you guys too. $15 for two, which is still cheaper than my $20 beauty blender. I think I'm gonna be buying these from now on. I'm gonna be using these for the next couple of days, so if I notice anything else that comes up, I'll throw the edit in my description box for you guys to see. But that's about it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I introduced this worked for you guys. If you guys are interested in this, I'll keep looking up different beauty blender dupes for cheaper. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, I hope you guys are enjoying my page as I build it. Subscribe. Thanks guys, see you later.